Sup guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to be talking about all the tea there is when it comes to meeting YouTubers in person. Let's go. So I met a few YouTubers at VidCon because that's like YouTuber Central, right? Not gonna lie, kind of a waste of my money, but if you ever plan to go to VidCon, note that you shouldn't want to meet certain people, because when you go into the meet and greets, they put you into a lottery to whether you get into that meet and greet or not. So I was expecting to meet Dan and Phil, my lovely YouTubers, my inspirations. They're everything. But didn't work out. Didn't get into that meet and greet. Kind of mad about it, but whatever. So anyways, the first person that I met, ever, and it was at VidCon, right? It was for the Gabby show. It was one of the meet and greets that I got into, which was pretty happy about. That was the only meet and greet that I went to because everyone else that I got into for a meet and greet, I don't really like or watch, so I was just nah, don't wanna do that. So I went and waited in line for 30 to an hour, and just talked to people who are also a fan of the Gabby show, or Gabby Hanna now, right? Yeah. And she was so nice. I remember going up to her, being so nervous, and she was just oh yeah, let's take a picture, let's get it. And she was just ooh, yes, you're so pretty and stuff like that. And I was just she's so nice. And it could be just because I'm her fan, but whatever. And I was just oh yeah, love your videos, keep doing what you're doing, And then I left and we took a picture. But yeah, that was it for Gabby. And then the next day, right? Because I went to a whole bunch of panels while just sitting around VidCon and walked around a little bit. There were YouTubers walking around, but they're not allowed to, and some of them I really didn't know. Not gonna lie. It was also the VidCon year where Jake Paul was it Jake Paul or Logan? I can't remember, but one of them was running around VidCon, and then there was a whole mob happening, and the whole security team was tackling him and stuff. Yeah, I went to that VidCon. So when that was happening, I was inside the convention, and I didn't know what was going on. I found out after when I got home. My mom and I were planning to go walk to the Disney Walk, which is right in front of Disneyland and stuff, where there's all these shops. And so we're planning to walk there from VidCon because it's literally across the street. And all of a sudden I see a crowd. I looked at one of the girls' shirt and it said Kian and JC on it, and I was are they here? Is that what everyone's waiting for, right? And so yeah, I hear where's Kian and where's JC? And I was wait, oh my gosh, is this another meet and greet thing? And then so all of a sudden I hear everyone scream Bobby Mares, I think that's his last name, everyone screaming his name. And I was oh my god. Everyone was screaming Corinna's and Franny's name and Harrison's name, and I was oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, also Corey's. And then I was oh, what's happening? So my mom's you want to wait in this line? And I'm yeah, let's just see what's happening, right? Let's wait in this line. So there was two lines, and this was behind VidCon, and I was what's going on? So I went to Twitter, and then I went onto Bobby's Twitter, and he tweeted like something like, come meet me this place and we'll do like a whole meet and greet and everyone can come and you don't have to like wait to be put into like the lottery or whatever. And I was like, I'm down. And then I was like reading the past tweets and it's like, oh my gosh, we might actually get kicked out of VidCon. And I'm like, Bobby, oh my gosh. So technically he wasn't allowed to do a whole meet and greet because they're not allowed outside of the convention. Like, they're not allowed to be outside of the convention. They can only stay behind scenes, behind the stage and everything, and on the panels and wherever their meet and greet is. That's the only places YouTubers are allowed to go. So, Bobby, freaking risk taker here, he was like, nah, I'm gonna do a meet and greet so everyone can get like their money's worth and come meet me, right? So I was like, you know, I'm down. Stay in this line. So I was in Harrison's line and, you know, waited for good 2 hours almost. And it was pretty fun. Like, they did like some crazy stuff. They were like doing some stuff for Bobby's vlog. And yeah, it was just fun. And I was just like talking to people around me. And, so eventually I got into the front of the line and I was like, oh my God, I'm meeting Harrison, right? And I was like, panic mode. And so, not gonna lie, it was kind of awkward because I walked up, gave him a hug and be like, yo, love your videos. And he was just like, oh yeah, thanks for watching. And then took a picture. And then that was it. I went to like Bobby's line, right? And then walked up to Bobby and his line was pretty short. I waited like a minute. And so I went up to him and was like, yo, love your videos. Keep doing what you're doing. Love the vlogs, you know? And then he's like, yeah, sick, you know, it was thanks for watching. And then he just like took a picture with me. It was cool. After the third day, when it was like all over, my brother, my mom and I, we were like, yo, let's go eat. And then I was like, let's go to like Boca or Buca. I don't know, my family, we say like Buca, but whatever. Don't hate me. So yeah, we went there and then I'm like, why is it so loud in here? Because it was really loud and there was like a whole bunch of people in this like one area, this like one room or one area, right? And then we got seated there and I look up and I'm like, why are all these people so familiar? So everyone from Smosh Games was there. And then freaking Ian from Smosh was there. And this was like right after Anthony left, right? And I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like eating with YouTubers even though I wasn't really eating with them. Like, our table was literally right next to all of them and they were just like, you know, talking and celebrating and just like having a good time. And then I see other people coming up to them like being like, oh, let's take a picture, like fans, right? And I'm just like, I want to do that, but like I don't want to bother them. So I didn't go up to them. So after VidCon, I never really met anyone, like any YouTubers or anyone. So I was just like, nah, okay. Until I started working, right? And I work at a restaurant. So my coworker, right? He's like, look, someone called a restaurant under this name. It was freaking Heath from like the Vlog Squad, you know, David's like whole gang group, right? The freaking Vlog Squad, right? So it was freaking Heath's name, right? And his number. And my coworker like showed me, because I was out doing something, and my coworker showed me the phone and showed me that, and I was like, what? Oh my god, I don't believe it. And he's like, yeah, I think it was him. Like when I answered, he was just saying like what time was brunch or something like that, and I was like, oh my god, wait, is it him? And I asked him like, does his voice sound like him? And he's like, I don't know, I can't remember. And I'm like, hopeless. I'm kidding. And then I was just like, nah, he's not gonna come here. Why would he come here, you know? Later, right, I was doing my work and then I get a call. Well, not me, just like the restaurant, right? So I pick it up and I was like, hi, thanks, and how can I help you, right? And so the guy was like, I want to be put onto the wait list, right? And I was like, all right, what's your name? And he said Zane. And I was like, Zane? And then he spelled it out, Zane. And I was like, okay. So I put it into the system and it was just like, whatevs, you know. I'm like in my head thinking like, no way they're coming. Definitely not. It's already been like 2-3 hours later, so like they're not coming, right? And then I look out the door, I see freaking Zane, Heath, Mariah, Carly, Aaron, and Jeff freaking walk in to the restaurant. And I was like freaking out. The workers were just like, what the heck? And my coworker that like knew of them was like making jokes with them and stuff, and I was just like, fangirling. And so I get like everything ready, and so my coworker is like, you wanna like serve them, like help them out and stuff. And I'm like, of course I want to do my job with them, like, yes, obviously. And so I was just like, yo, come with me, right? And so we were making jokes too, and then walked them on the way to their table. I was just like conversating with Zane because he was in front of everyone, and Jeff went to the restroom. And so I was talking to Zane. I was like, so how are you? How's your day? And he's just like, oh, good, it's good. How's your day? To me. And I was like, oh, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I'm so happy right now. And he's like, oh, really? What's your name? And I'm like, oh, I'm Sam. And I was just like so freaking nervous and fangirling. And then I sit everyone down, and freaking Mariah, Carly, and Aaron, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. And Heath and Zane, I thought they were so much taller. No offense, but like, I thought they were so much taller. They're only like a few inches taller than me, and I was just like, wow. And then Jeff is very tall. He's tall. And then I was just like giving them their menus and I asked them like, yo, where's David, right? And they're like, oh, he's hosting the Teen Choice Awards. And I'm like, oh my god, that's the day. And they're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh, so you guys going there? And then I was just like, here's your menus, and I really love your guys' videos. And enjoy your meal. So then I left, and I was just like freaking out, and I went to like where everyone else is, and my coworkers were just like laughing at me. They're like, oh my gosh, you're so excited. And I'm like, yes, so great. And then another like coworker was like so excited with me, and we were just like fangirling together. It was great. And so yeah, my other coworkers, right, they're just making me go back there just to like, you know, mess with me, because they like messing with me now. And I was just like, stop making me go all the way back there. It's so nervous. It's so my coworker goes on to a bathroom check, and Jeff was in there, and so they were just like, hey, what's up, you know, this is kind of cool. And Yeah, so they were just like talking, and then he tells me later, I was just like, oh my god. Then I see the coworker that I was fangirling with. She goes like takes a photo with them, and I'm just like, I don't know if I should take a photo. And like in my head, I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get fired if I take a photo with them or something, cause like that's kind of unprofessional, you know. And in my head, I was like debating. I was like, you know, I can do it when they like all like get up and leave, because I don't want to bother them when they're like eating or anything, because yeah, that's kind of rude. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll do it like when they all leave, but they all kind of left like one by one, and I was just like, oh no. So I never got a picture with them, and I also didn't want to get fired, so did not take a picture. How sad. I was just like, no. Thanks for listening to me fangirl, and hopefully I can make another one of these, and hopefully it would be of me fangirling over meeting Dan and Phil. I would love to meet Daniel Howell and Phil Lester. Please, please, universe, I will meet them one day.